Sorry, everyone. Thank you for indulging us. Okay. So today is Tuesday, August 4th, 2020. The time is 2:04 p.m. Officially calling this meeting to order. And I'm going to ask Jelena if she would lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Mask and all.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Moving on with our consent calendar.
I move that we approve the consent calendar as listed on our business meeting agenda for August 4th, 2020.
I second the motion. Aye.
Aye.
Aye, and the motion is carried, and I should indicate that Commissioners Duncan, Brooks, and Filios are attending. Moving on to the payables list.
I move that we approve the payables in the amount of $1,242,264.08 for the week of July 27th through the 31st, 2020.
I second the motion. Aye.
Aye.
Aye, and the motion is carried. Do we have any changes to the agenda? Hearing none. First of our action items, Third Amendment for Engineering Services contract with Great West Engineering for our household hazardous waste facility at the Ramsey Transfer Station. Who's speaking for solid waste? Is Kathy on?
Kathy's on.
Yes, this is Kathy Mayer for the record. As you said, this is the third amendment with Great West Engineering. This is a reconciliation of the final project cost for the engineering portion. It's not to exceed $11,014.11. As I mentioned previously on the amendment with the construction contract, a portion of this is being paid by some holdbacks from the contractor costs, because some of the additional engineering costs were because of contractor activities. This will be the final and the closeout of this project.
Okay, thank you. Questions? Motion?
I move that we approve the third amendment to the engineering services contract with Great West Engineering for the household hazardous waste facility at the Ramsey Transfer Station.
Second?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, and the motion is carried. Item number 2, approve quote number Q-51017 for priority dispatch for Pro QA and Aqua expansion. Sheriff's Organization 911. Colin?
Yes, good afternoon, Commissioners. Colin McRoy, 911. This is seeking your approval to move forward with the quote. This is to add three additional software licenses for our Pro QA medical, fire, police, supervisor software licenses, which allow monitoring and reporting, and one Aqua review case license to our existing Pro QA software suite. This is a budgeted project, part of our IT refresh project for this year. And the three licenses are to go with the additional 3 dispatch positions we added to the dispatch center as part of this project.
Okay.
Total, there's a lot on the quote. Total price is $58,080. I know they put it on there a little confusing, but that is the total price within our budget, and reviewed by legal, and this is would be purchased under, and one of the exemption statuses under Title 67 for procurement of support and licenses to existing bidded contracts in place.
Okay. Motion?
I move that we approve the quote number Q51017 for the priority dispatch Pro QA and Aqua expansion.
I second the motion. Aye.
Aye.
Aye, and the motion is carried. Item number 3, Contract for public service announcement with Coyote Country Radio Station, Office of Emergency Management. Would that be Tiffany?
Yep, Tiffany Westbrook for the record. This is simply a contract to do our yearly PSAs for National Preparedness Month that encourages residents to sign up for Alert Kootenai. This is paid for with grant funding that we already have.
Okay. Questions? Motion.
I move that we approve the contract for public service announcements with Coyote Country Radio Station and the Office of Emergency Management.
I'll second.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, and the motion is carried. Item number 4, amendment for flexible spending account known as FSA, Wren and Associates, Human Resources. Sylvia?
Actually,
Or is it
it's
Dorothy? Dorothy, come right ahead, please.
Yeah. Dorothy Cross for the record. This is an amendment to increase the amount of rollover that will be allowed from 2020 into 2021. IRS changed their regulations because of COVID and the possibility that people won't be able to use their funds as planned. We're also at the same time adding a minimum rollover of $50 because that's approximately what we pay per year in admin costs, so we don't want to roll less in the future and pay more than what an employee has saved. So those are the two that we're looking at this time.
Okay. Questions? Motion?
I move that we approve the amendment for the flexible spending account, FSAs, I can't talk today, with the increase in rollover amount and the increase or the minimum rollover amount.
I second the motion. Aye.
Aye.
Aye, and the motion is carried. Moving on to item number 5, interlocal agreement for 2020 Burn Justice Agreement Grant, known as JAG Program Award for the city of, or with the city of Coeur d'Alene, Resource Management Office. Kim?
Yes, thank you. This is an interlocal agreement with the city of Coeur d'Alene for we are a subrecipient on their JAG grant. The amount is $15,390 for the Cellbrite program for the Sheriff's Department.
Okay.
Kim, do you know about the yearly fee? Is that going to be for FY21 or that be FY22 that the fee comes in?
My understanding is that the first year would be included. There should be somebody from KCSO online that might be able to have more information.
Okay. We also
Anyone?
have some audience
Anyone?
members.
Yes, ma'am, Derek Hollenbeck. From what I understand with those, it was the first year is included in the $15,000 we're going to pay, and then it'll start the next year, but I can call and find out, make sure.
Okay. So because I just want to know that we're accounting for it, like in FY22, it sounds like is what the next budget cycle would be for that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Do you know what the recurring fee is?
It's $5,100.
100.
Okay, thank you. All right. Are we okay?
Yep.
Bill,
I
motion?
move that we approve the interlocal agreement 2020 for the Burn Justice Assistance Grant JAG Program Award with the city of Coeur d'Alene.
A second?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, and the motion is carried. Excuse me, item number 6, Kootenai County allocation, State of Idaho CARES Act funding for the, with our COVID task force. Once again, Resource Management Office, Kim.
Yes, this is our allocation from the state of our CARES Act funding in the amount of $4,094,200. We've spoken to the board about this on several occasions, but to be consistent with our grant policies and procedures, we just wanted to ratify that we are indeed taking advantage of this grant opportunity.
So Kim, is this still a reimbursement situation or do we have a possession of the funds?
It's still on a reimbursement basis, yes. Normally, we would come to you at the point of application, and then we would come to you again when we receive an award. This was a different a little bit different situation with the CARES Act funding. We had an allocation and we came to you and we've decided to start using it, but we never really got the board approval of accepting the funding. So we just wanted to ratify that.
Kim, question. So if we have a project or a particular contemplated purchase under the CARES Act, am I correct in saying that the individual or organization that has the request comes to you, you folks meet as the COVID task force, and then you make the decision, or do you forward that to the state for final determination?
I believe you're talking about if it was somebody outside of the county. So if you were talking about a nonprofit group or somebody that was within our county boundaries but not a county department, is that correct?
Either way, Kim, both. Let's say both.
So within the county, we are reviewing those requests as they come forward from county departments, and
Okay.
we're coming to you as we were advised in one of our status update meetings if we have anything where we needed further board direction.
Okay?
We can get pre-approval for larger projects, which is what has just happened with the EOC. For regular things where it's clear that it's a reimbursement, where it's PPE, sanitation, those types of things that are in direct response to COVID, we're submitting those reimbursement requests, and they are sending us the reimbursement after approval. We've received our first one, a little over $18,000. We just received that this week, and we're working on our second one for the county as a whole, and we also have an EOC reimbursement that we'll be submitting shortly.
Okay. Thank you. Anyone else? Motion?
I move that we approve the Kootenai County allocation for the State of Idaho CARES Act funding.
I second the motion. Aye.
Aye.
Aye, and the motion is carried. Item number 7, Memorandum of Understanding, also known as an MOU, with the Idaho Department of Lands for grant number 19HRF1-03, Lock Haven Grandview, Lower Backside of Hayden Lake Project, Resource Management Office. RMO, Kim again.
Yes, this is an MOU with the Idaho Department of Lands for hazardous fuel reduction, and you mentioned the project area being Lock Haven Grandview and the lower backside of Hayden Lake. This is HFT, the hazardous fuel treatment, as well as chipping. The federal amount is $95,000 with a $9,500 match, and the match can be in kind. We usually get that match from the participants in the chipping. The work that they perform on their project area usually counts as our in-kind match.
Got it. Motion?
I move that we approve the Kootenai County allocation, State of Idaho CARES Act fund. Is that the right one? No, that's the wrong.
No, that's the next one. Item 7.
The MOU. I move that we approve the memorandum of understanding with the Idaho Department of Lands, grant number 19HRF1-03, Lock Haven Grandview / Lower Backside of Hayden Lake Project.
I'll second.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, and the motion is carried. Item number 8, Notice of Termination Extension, ETA Transit Systems, Resource Management Office. Kim?
Yes, this, we had previously asked to have this contract, our current contract with ETA extended through August 1. They are going to need a little bit more time for the transition from ETA to Passio for our fixed route, as we don't have an existing ITS there. So we have asked to have this extended for the completion date on or before October 1, 2020.
Okay. Motion?
I move that we extend the notice of termination to October 1st for the ETA transit systems.
I second the motion. Aye.
Aye.
Aye, and motion is carried. Item number 9, Approval for Payout of Retention Transit Center Project with T. La Riviere. Once again, Kim,
Sean.
no, this time it's Sean Riley for the BOCC. This is the Riley Show today.
Good afternoon, Committee.
Go ahead,
It's the
Sean.
Riley Show.
You're very low volume, Sean. Can you speak up? If you heard me.
Is that better?
That is.
Yeah, that's a lot better.
Okay, sorry. So, this is kind of a unique situation in that I've attached to you a list of 30 things that need to be completed that we would consider to be more warranty work. Some of it might be considered poor workmanship. I wouldn't doubt that. However, we've been sitting on this retention of $108,167.90 since November. So with the advice of legal, and Leslie has the way that this motion should be read, we're going to go ahead and ask to give them the payout of retention, and then we're going to hold on to the performance and payment bonds. That's pretty much until the warranty work is done. That's pretty much it in a nutshell. And then Leslie can read it in to make it official.
All set? Okay, motion?
I move that we approve the payout of retention, but the payment of the retainage does not constitute final acceptance of the work, and that the performance and payment bonds will not be released pending the completion of the punch list work.
I second the motion.
Well done.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, and the motion is carried. Moving on to item 10, and there is a change. There's a typo, if you will. Item number 10 should read, approved quote for vinyl plank flooring for the judges' chambers. It's with Great Floors, not Fairway Floor, Inc. It is Great Floors. We're making that change. And it's with Buildings and Grounds. So is this Greg or Sean?
Actually, Christie's here.
Christie, yeah, go right ahead.
Greg just needs permission to use district work funds for this. He doesn't have the funds in his budget, but the carpet absolutely needs to be torn.
I'm fine. Bill?
No, no problem.
For the new judges.